I'd like to make a motion to waive the reading of them.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. We'll get
I'm
right in.
going to take roll call real quick.
Very good.
Jeff Gunning,
Here.
Derek Sharp,
Absent. I'm here.
Dee Dee Richards is somewhere warmer. Gary Church,
Here.
Joe Mullenix.
Here.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Starting with the old business first. 178 East 8th Street.
Dave, can you make that super big up there?
Yeah.
And actually, if we could stay on that during the meeting, that would be awesome, so the board can see them. 178 East 8th had been open since April of 2018. It transferred hands to Advantage Housing, thank you.
No worries.
And just recently got the certificate of occupancy. So we are super excited about that. It looks wonderful.
They really did do a nice job on it.
Well, I'll make the motion to close this one.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. And then let's go to 258 West 2nd Street.
That case had been open since 2022. It was bought by an out-of-town investor and renovated rather quickly.
Very good.
There had been a whole section along the garage that ran the length of it that had been built without a permit and was in really rough shape, in that section, and he got all that removed. And
It's good to see the progress
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and the completion.
yep.
So I'll make the motion to close this one down as well. Is everybody okay out there?
I'm worried that that beeping got faster. Who was the second on that one?
Jeff? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous.
Now, old business.
554 West 7th Street.
Okay. This case was, we haven't really had any contact on this until this afternoon or this morning. This morning we got
Minutes
a
ago.
call. I love those. So we did file the civil penalty that had been issued at the last meeting. So it's already in place. We had no contact or progress as of the date of the preparation of this packet. This morning I got a call saying that the soffit and fascia was finished, but that they didn't think anyone was going to be able to be here to represent the case. So I printed off the email and the pictures for your review. Mr. Church, did I give you a packet down there?
Here.
Okay. We still have no SOR in place, and I believe the property is being sold by Faith Snyder to someone on contract. I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, and they, I mean, you got the pictures, that soffit and fascia they fixed. But we didn't get a chance to get, when we went by there the other day, we couldn't see any progress. We didn't go in the back like that. So I don't know what else they've
So the roof's still in the shape it was in?
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
The roof?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they received their letter before the 9th of,
Yes, sir. I will start spelling it out more clearly on every letter that we will not do any inspections 10 days prior to the meeting,
right,
per your order.
yes.
Okay?
And this just compounds it because they call and contact you this morning.
We just passed the deadline. so-
Yeah. And there's nobody here for this one?
Is anyone here regarding 554 West 7th? No.
Okay. So we had a $1,000 civil penalty in June, and you say that has been,
Yes, sir, it's filed.
okay. Was this in front of us last month, or last meeting? I don't remember this one last meeting.
No, it didn't come before us in October.
Anybody have anything they want to add? No? How about a $1,000 civil penalty contingent on the roof being completed by our next meeting? Does that
And getting
sound-
an SOR in place.
Yeah, and the SOR definitely,
Yeah.
with the inspection,
So our next meeting is in February.
correct?
My only concern would be
That might-
weather.
That might be rough.
If we wanted to perhaps do the SOR by the February meeting and the roof done by April, might,
Then it's
Lend a
setting
little bit
dormant
better.
for that time period, though.
pardon?
Then it sits dormant for 4 months
Sure.
with nothing happening. That's my concern, is there's
Yeah.
going to be, yeah. Is there other work interior that we can get?
I think you've got a copy of the SOR in the packet.
Yeah, I'm trying to,
Don't really see a lot of indoor stuff.
Here's the SOR, if there's something that
On
you
the page there, right, roof.
better down. What do you guys think?
We haven't had any contact with them.
Right, until this morning,
Yeah, well, no,
Late.
we haven't had any contact.
correct.
So, yeah.
Are you late?
I think we need another $1,000 fine. I'm not so sure about the contingent part, though. Maybe we should just issue it now because, I mean, they haven't even filled that in this law.
Right. And it's been since June.
Yes.
I'm saying about 2,000 single family. I haven't done anything in several months.
Right. And they've had all the good weather to get something done in and have done
Exactly.
nothing. That's why I'm hesitant another 4 months. Nothing.
Yeah.
Let's go 1,500. Would go too much, then I guess.
Yeah. Give me a
So-
quick person.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Change of direction, Brenda.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go ahead and assess a $1,500 civil penalty. And an SOR needs to be in place by February.
Contingent civil penalty?
Nope. No, because they've had, since June, that's 6 months they've had to do something, and absolutely very little's been done. And they called last minute to talk to you about it, and
So, pardon me, I just want to make sure what that deadline will be for February.
should be the 10th. Maybe not.
So the meeting will be on the 20th?
So by the 10th,
10th.
SOR by 2/10 of 25, $1,500 civil, okay. I made the motion. Anybody want to second me?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
Okay, the next case is 530 72nd, Ms. Kelly. This case opened in August of 2020. And we had, at the last meeting, there was a $1,500 civil penalty contingent on an interior inspection and communication by 12/9. The last name, is it Garten?
Garten.
Garten. This is Kelly Garten, and the owners, which are family, have moved out, and Kelly has inherited the house. So she's moved in and has been cleaning it out. We've done 2 partial inspections with the upstairs left to go.
How did the partial inspections look?
She's made a big improvement on the
Okay.
inside of the house, so she's been working hard on it, I think.
Fair enough.
Are the smoke detectors up now?
Yes.
Okay.
At the time of the last inspection that we did, Bruce had mentioned that he'd like to see 6 smoke detectors installed. Within an hour of us being at the house, Kelly had called. She'd already bought them and was going to call us as soon as everything was installed. So it's been a good change just the
Thank
last
you.
couple months.
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've got your hands full.
Uh-huh,
yeah, she does.
to say the least.
So would you have an SOR in place? Is that what I understand?
No, we've discussed it, but I think you wanted to do the
We're
rest.
going to do the interior inspection first to be able to get the SOR done.
Because the roof is in really, really bad shape on this home.
Uh-huh, I know.
Is it leaking inside?
One spot it is.
Okay.
Is that the area right off where that bump out is? It's there in the picture, Kelly?
Right by the front door.
Right by that front door in that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone here with any comments about 537 second? Okay.
Yeah, I called Honest Abe Roofing, and they said they wanted $48,000. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, that's a bit steep.
That's what I thought.
Hopefully you can find somebody that's a little more affordable.
Did I send you a list of contractors yet?
No.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so the last SOR that was, or not SOR, the penalty, the contingency that was filed,
It was not filed because she had met the deadline. We had
Okay.
done 2 inspections by the time 12/9 came, and she's made really good communication.
and that's the good part. That's what
It's-
makes this
yeah.
something that I think we should probably table this one.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to table this until our February meeting. Hopefully the inspections can be completed by then, and an SOR in place after the inspections are done. And you know what the SOR is, right? That's a schedule of renovations
Yes.
where you determine what you're going to do and what order you're going to try to get them done in. You get that all taken care of by the February 10th deadline, and we'll all be happy campers around here.
I'll have it done as soon as I can get it done.
I understand that.
As soon as my body lets me.
Sure.
And Kelly, just call as soon as you're ready for that upstairs inspection, or if there was anything else that you want us to come take a look at. And that way we can document that for the board, that we've been out and what we saw and the progress that you're making.
Okay.
Okay?
That's very important. Communication is the key to all of this. You
You're doing great
communicate,
so far.
and
Yes.
we get happy and we're okay with everything.
Yeah, when I found out they've been trying to get a hold of the inside of the house since 2020, I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's not very pleasant, and I'm sure you're doing everything you can. So just continue the communication, and everything's going to go smooth, and it'll be just fine.
Okay.
Okay? So I
So
made the motion to table this.
If everything is good in February, if we have an SOR and everything, will you just want an update in February, or do you want Ms. Kelly to come back?
You can give us an update,
Okay.
but if she hasn't shown or something goes south, we'll need to have her here, so.
Kelly,
You'll
does
make
that
that
make
determination.
sense?
Yep.
So if we're out there and everything, and I have a good update for them, all they'll want me to do is report on that in February, and we'll just keep doing that. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Okay, I made the motion, and it was seconded by
I did, second.
Joe Mullenix. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
You're good? Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice work. All right, you got it. Thanks, Kelly.
All right, 341 Euclid.
Thanks. You want to do this one?
No, you're doing great. Go ahead.
Okay, this case has been open since January 2023. In June, you had asked for a $1,000 civil penalty contingent on an interior and exterior inspection before July 24th, and progress in inspections by 10/14. We brought it back in October.
24th?
Yeah, we brought it back in October. We hadn't done the interior, but some work on the outsides had been done since that time. And I think we were giving them time to get some clean out done there at the house.
Yeah, we ain't got it done yet.
Since that time, the meter base had been, the siding had all been done. The soffit, the fascia, the sidewalk in the front, the sidewalk up to the house,
The new stairs.
the new stairs, and the handrail to the front. There's more pictures. And the windows are all taken care of too. I don't think there's any bare spots around the windows or anything. So everything is buttoned up from the outside the way it should be. There's some more pictures. There's the back. That's the east side.
That's it.
Got it. So they've asked for, because it's been a huge endeavor just to get to this point, so they asked for some additional time to do the rest of the clean out inside before we go in.
I'm fine with that.
And
This cost us $20,000 we had to come up with.
Ah,
So my truck's down. I was on surgery June 15th, or June 18th, and I was off till November 15th. I went back and worked one day and 1 week, and then I got bronchitis for a week. And I know that's on us, but it's just been a hard time.
Well-
So, and
then the guy that did the cement held us up on cleaning it
Yeah,
out
the front
because
door and the back
it was a month after the last meeting before he got the cement laid, and there was no way we could drive through,
Oh,
go back up. We couldn't drive through that to get.
if you notice,
there we
couldn't
go.
drive through that to get to the front porch to load stuff.
and the back, if you look at the back porch, it was a total wreck.
Yeah, they had the
It
floor
was-
tore out
It
of
was
it.
pulling it away from the house, and I told him, I said, I don't want them siding it with it pulling away from the house.
Right.
I wanted it tore down or repaired. He said he could repair it, so he repaired it. And we've had 2 new windows put in it, and it didn't have a door with anything on the back. We didn't even lock it. But put the door on it, and what, he took the floor completely out of the back room and put a new floor in.
Put
So
post
we couldn't
in
go
and
either
pull
the back
the-
way or the front way, so it's been, and we want to do a lot of work inside, so.
Sure.
We just haven't had a chance to get in there yet.
You made very good progress.
Yes.
Get some work done.
It looks
My
like-
neighbors have really, they've said it's not the same house.
It looks like a different house, Deb. It really does.
It looked like it, the old pictures, it looked like it was over 60 years.
Well, we put $20,000 into that house, and about 3 months before that, we put $4,000 into a roof on the little house
Another
out
one.
back.
It's kind of got us in a bind
And-
now.
And we paid cash for all this. We didn't get a loan on the house. It's pretty well sucked us dry.
So how long before you get to the interior of the home?
Can you give us till the next meeting?
Oh, yeah, no problem with that. I just was kind of
But
wanting to
on
know
the
if,
interior, I want to do a lot of work, so it's not.
Well, after right now, it's a storage unit.
Shut up. Nobody's been in this house for 10 years,
Okay.
okay? So
And,
nobody's living there.
What about if we give it to April?
yeah, I was kind of thinking that,
Past the next meeting, give them to April. You guys are working hard on it. I understand that you've got some obstacles in your way and all
Yeah.
that. I don't want to be one of those obstacles.
Okay, thank you very much.
Joe?
I was thinking before, too, it was working from 6:30 to 2:30, 3 o'clock. And since I've been off work, I was off 5 months, went back, they changed the time to 7:30 to 4, and 6 if they say. So it's been 6 every night, 6 days a week, so it's kind of hard.
So you know it's dark when you get home.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of hard, so they
So-
go through February.
Board, do you want to have that inspection done prior to the April meeting,
Well, here's,
the
as you
interior?
go, stay in contact with Brenda, and what you get accomplished. That way, when we get to our April meeting, it's not a big surprise and we find out nothing happened.
All right.
That's the bad thing to happen.
Yeah.
So that would mean April 7th is the deadline for that. We won't come out and do any inspections after that.
All right.
Okay.
We'll probably
So
do
just
it.
stay busy, do what you can, get it done. You know, you don't have 2 months, you have 4 months to get this accomplished. You don't
Okay.
have to have it all done by that point, but just
Yeah.
stay busy with it, and everybody's going to be happy with it. I'll make the motion, we table this until the April meeting, and anybody want to second that? Seconded by Jeff Gunning. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Merry Christmas, and
Thank
see you in April.
Same to you all.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
what
guys.
you're doing.
Have a nice day.
Good luck. See you later.
182 West 7th. George?
Okay.
So Mr. Leskowitz has finished the porch roof on the front, and he's added about a box of siding to the west side. Bowman's had been working on the meter base, and that got inspected this week.
Right.
George had contacted a contractor to do an addition at the
I
back.
contacted 3 contractors. 2 of them, we had the money to where I thought he was going to take the price. He upped it $500. He's worked for Jeff.
Who's the contractor?
Jeff, no, Andy.
Oh, I know who.
He's worked for Jeff, for you. And then when he came, he never done any work, and then all of a sudden, he wanted $1,250. And I told him, we don't do that. You're going to have to do some work. So, you know, me and him got into a scuffle, and I told him, well, you know, and then I had the people 2 doors down that are putting a metal roof on. He recommended a guy named Sean. Okay, Sean came over, brought his trailer to with the not the materials, but the stuff to do the work with. And then I told him, okay, you know, I will give him half, and he will come and do the job. And then he said, I'll be there Monday with the contract, and
Haven't seen him.
haven't seen him. I tried to call him and call him and call him, and no. And now Brenda has gave me 4 people. I'm getting a hold of them, and so we can get this done.
Okay,
Right.
I know.
very good. So what's going on with the interior inspection?
There is no interior inspection because Mr. Bowman told Bruce that.
We're okay on the interior
Right,
inspection so
that-
far.
Because Bowman's been in there quite a bit, you know, and, you know, so Bowman said, you know, talk to Bruce about it. Said,
Who's
hey,
Bowman?
Bowman Heating and Cooling.
What I was concerned about was where the panel, if it was near that north wall, that picture on the right, he's torn off all the siding on the north wall. So if the panel, the breaker panel on the inside was near that, I didn't want to turn the power on with a bunch of water running.
Makes
down.
sense.
Bowman said
assured me it's-
he
it's down
moved
the
it.
east wall far
Right,
enough. that
right.
It's not
Okay.
going to get wet.
Right.
So.
Do we know how long that's going to be exposed, or are you, is there a
As
plan
soon
to
as,
cover it up?
just as soon as I'm trying, is it Tully? he came.
Josh Tully.
Josh, right. He came and measured everything, and he's supposed to get back with me.
Okay.
And then the other two is supposed to come and measure all that, and then they're supposed to give me a price on it. And soon as they give me a price, I've got all the materials already in the garage.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of them putting the walls up and everything, and then moving the roof line out to the edge of the back of the house, and then that's it. Because it had a flat roof on there. I tarped it for years and years and years, and then I got to the point where buying tarps and everything, they only last 6 months.
If you can get that long.
Right. And so then I decided to do this, since we're going to move the electric and all that stuff.
Well, we didn't have
Right.
the information about the inspection.
But
so-
back to the interior inspection, at some point, we're gonna have to do one. So that'll be
Oh, you're not going to take Bowman's word for it?
well, he didn't give me a word on everything else along the back wall being okay. I mean, you got water running into the house.
Mr. Bowman doesn't work for us.
Yeah.
He's our.
He works for me.
I took
That's
it-
fine, but
Right.
this is the inspector for the city. He needs to actually view what has been done. You don't just take the word of somebody.
I took his word on where the panel was and that it was okay to get the power turned on, because I trusted him on that. But I gotta see the rest of it at some point.
Yeah. It does have to be inspected, George. It's just something that
No, you're
protects.
not, no, I'm sorry, but nobody's going in my house.
Is
I
there
don't
something in
care.
there you don't need somebody to see or something? What's the deal?
I've had a few houses that the city has come in. I have stuff stolen out of it with the past building commission.
Well, they're gone.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
You'll be there, you can be
It
there
doesn't
with
matter.
him.
It doesn't matter, no.
You can be there with him.
No, it does, I was with him.
Okay.
I was with him with Mr. Gornto with the past, and what happened? 54 sheets of OSB come up missing, and,
Wait.
That's
You
right.
said that Ron Dausch did that.
That is correct.
Okay,
That's right. And to me,
This is not
to me,
Ron Dausch. He didn't steal
I
your
reported
anyway.
it to a police officer, and he told me, how do you arrest a city official? And I told him, just like you arrest me and any other individual.
Okay, well, hang on.
sorry, gentlemen, I got
Stop.
off the track.
Yeah, let's get this in order here,
Yeah.
okay? Because we're going way out of where we need to
Yeah.
be. This all pertains to what's going on at the house right now,
Right,
okay? The history, I'm sorry, George, that happened.
Well,
I'm sorry,
you know,
okay?
well-
We have to at some point be able to inspect what's going on, not trying to do anything illegal or anything like that. And if you want to have a law enforcement officer there when this happens,
it's still not happening. I don't
George, you're
care.
only creating a problem for yourself, and I
No,
don't want
I'm
you to
not
do
creating
that.
any problem. It's not happening. Nobody's going in my house. No.
Okay,
There's avenues which we can request an inspection warrant to go in. with or
Okay.
without.
I don't want to do that, George. I'd rather you just agreed with us. If we have to if it has to be a long drawn-out process, it's just going to be worse for you, and I don't want that for you, George. I want this to be a smooth operation.
Well,
Everything's-
it's not
we've been
going to be, because, I've dealt with other building inspectors and all that stuff, and to me, it's not a smooth operation, I let a man go in there. What happened? He jumped on the wall, he jumped on the floors, he did all kinds of stuff, and told me it was a good house, and then what happened? 3 months later, it was demoed. So, I'm not going to. You can get a court order, you can do whatever you want.
I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do that.
Well,
You're just.
you're not taking a man's word that does work for me.
We took his word, and we're allowing
No, apparently-
they allowed
apparently
the
he didn't
electric
take
to be
his word.
turned on, George.
Apparently, he didn't take his word because he's been in the house.
He only
he's looked
vouched
all over.
for the fact that the electricity was in a safe position in the home. That's what Mr. Bowman told Bruce Carson, that the electricity could be turned on because there wouldn't be an issue of a water getting to the source, causing a problem, electrocuting you to death or something of that
I-
nature.
I
This
don't-
is something totally separate, George, totally separate. We can only go so far with a man's word, and then you have to have eyes on the project.
I've got, well, he He moved the panel, he did everything.
Right, and
Right.
that's been okayed. We're moving on to the next project is all we're doing.
That's what I'm doing right now. I am
And that's
moving on
why,
to the next
that's why
project.
Bruce is saying, I need to get into your residence.
No, he's not
Okay,
coming in my
then
residence.
That's fine.
That's my
That's fine. Then
residence.
we'll do it the hard way.
And
Nobody
do it the
wanted to
hard-
do that,
whatever
George.
you want to do.
But if that's the way you want to
You
do
know.
that, then that's the way we have to do it. I'm
And that's
sorry that
fine.
it's coming to that.
That's fine.
And I hope you understand that it's not our position, it's your position that you're taking. So if that's the route you would like to take, then I guess we're going to have to move on from the situation. And I really don't want to fine you, but
Speaking of fine, in October, you guys had made a motion for $1,500 civil penalty contingent on progress and inspections called for before the 9th. We did meet with George on December 4th, and he had given us some updates, so that penalty from October went away.
okay.
So
How soon, Bruce, how soon do you need to get the inspection?
I'm gonna have to get in there when he starts working on the addition on the back, so.
And he's got the contractors in line now to do that, so,
Probably by the February meeting, I suppose.
okay, let's put this out here, by the February 10 date, that an inspection happens. The SOR on this building addition that he's putting up,
we'll need to have a permit in place for the addition. It's new construction.
Yes. and I guess we're gonna have to go another route to get the inspection done. And I'll leave that up to our attorney and you guys, okay? 'Cause I don't have any clue on what to do with that. So I'm making the motion to put this off until the February meeting?
Just
Feb-
table? Just table?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And have some information about the builder and all of the inspection stuff that we need to have by then.
By next, yeah.
Anybody want to second that?
I'll second that. Oh, sorry.
Seconded by Jeff Gunning. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous. George, we'll see you in February.
Okay.
Thanks, George.
Makes absolutely no sense.
We had not anticipated being able to close this case, but we're going to ask you to close this case. So 132 West 7th has been open since July of 2022. The initial owner that we had filed the case with vacated the property, and it went back to the bank. The bank sold it to Brindle Real Estate, and the Brindle brothers turned this around. We have no further write-ups on the exterior. Everything is cleaned up. They do have some interior work to do, which has nothing to do with our case.
Very good.
But they'll be pursuing a certificate of occupancy at that point. But this looks great.
Yep.
Yeah, it really does.
Thank
look
you,
nice.
Brindle Brothers.
Yeah, the only thing they haven't been able to figure out exactly what to do with is the previous owner had attempted to paint some windows and dumped a whole bucket of white paint on the front porch roof.
Oh, okay. Well,
So they're contemplating dumping some black paint on top of it, so you won't see it anymore,
Doesn't
but
hurt the
it
shingles.
looks fantastic.
Just doesn't look nice.
Yeah.
Right now, it's kind of a little Christmas
Yeah.
decoration. Snow.
Fake snow up there.
Good with that.
Okay, I'll make the motion to close this
I
rascal
will
lid.
second that motion.
Seconded by Joe Molinax. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Closed it
Happy
is.
surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, so 131 East 8th Street.
Is there anyone here for 131 East 8th? So this case has been open since February 2020. Per your request, Bruce did go to try and make contact with the owners to do an interior inspection. That didn't happen.
We did talk to them, and they have made some progress, but we haven't done an interior inspection. But I didn't really force the issue real hard because they were working on the outside and trying to get it cleaned up, so.
It does look like maybe a roof was put on in the garage the last day or so. And
Are they working on the soffit, or was that something that's been there for a long time? Because I don't remember.
I think that's,
I think I remember seeing the
I guess it's been
soffit kind of
there.
blowing in the wind out there.
they did have They had walkboards on the garage roof, and they got some siding up on the south side of the garage, so,
Okay.
Still no SOR and no contact.
yeah.
And they've had to sign for the papers?
Yeah. Just take a quick look. So, 131. Okay, in October, you asked for
15.
an interior, a $1,500 civil penalty contingent on an interior inspection, SOR being submitted prior to December 9th. That did not happen, so we did file the civil penalty.
Think we'll go for another one?
Yep.
It's really hard to just have nobody contact and, let's do $1,000 civil penalty.
I'll second that.
There's no contingency.
Okay.
Seconded by Jeff Gunny. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
When would you like this back?
February 10th.
Thank you.
130 West Boulevard.
130 West Boulevard. The last time it had been to a meeting was in August of 2023. At that time, the property was being sold on contract by Rosalinda Acosta, who still owns it, to the people that were going to move in. And in order to move in, Ron Dausch had done an inspection to make sure that the bathroom and the kitchen were functional. That is the last we heard. So we thought we'd try and reach back out to them to see where we're at. Bruce and I did go out and take some updated pictures. That sits at the base of that hill. So the water comes right off that hill and runs right into the back of that property, which caused a lot of the rot the first time. It appears that they've closed it all up with OSB and painted it.
Painted it, yeah.
Have they
do-
diverted the water?
No.
No. They do not speak good English. So their son, Jorge, called the other day, was going to be unable to come today. And we were concerned that if they came, there was going to be no communication at all. So they've set an appointment for January 7th for Bruce to go out and do the on-site with them and discuss that water drainage issue. And then he was going to go through the SOR and mark off the things that were done, but we'll be able to confirm that completion on January 7th when we get back into the house. I think there was a breakdown in communication about the communication that they were going to have with us once they moved in. So we'd like to be able to
Hopefully
have
we'll
it.
get all
Yeah.
that
I was
resolved.
going to make a suggestion, find somebody Spanish speaking, have them go with,
Yeah.
or have them attend the next meeting so that the breakdown doesn't happen.
So Jorge will be there. We scheduled it for a day that he was going to be there, and we didn't have any trouble on the phone at all. He understood and actually responded back to some of the pictures and stuff I had sent from the original write-up. So I think that's going to be
It won't be a problem with
Right.
him, I don't think.
right. But yes, if I'd known in advance, we would have made sure that we had somebody here to help with that.
Because I think we might have to get somebody, because it's becoming more dominant in the area, that we have
Yes.
a lot of Spanish-speaking people that
Yes.
are refusing to learn the English language.
Yeah.
So we're going to have
It-
to have some way of communicating.
It would be helpful,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay. So shall we table this until the February meeting?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jeff Gain. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. And that's the February meeting. Okay, let's go to 71 South Broadway.
You're welcome. Here's this.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
I don't think we've had any contact or any inspections, but it looks like a little bit of work has been done.
We did get an email on 12/4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did get an email on 12/4. I think I added that to your
Yeah, I
packet.
think I did.
With a picture that Mr. Zelinski had submitted. Mr. Zelinski, we've got these photos too. Bruce is able to take these. to the board this morning. You got it? Okay.
So Bruce, you want to give us your update?
I'm sorry, an update on what?
No, I was asking
Oh,
Bruce,
sorry.
if you wanted to update us to what's going on and
Well, it looks like they painted the north wall, that's all I'm aware of. And he's
Oh, sorry.
saying you're gonna have to wait until warm weather to try to tuck point the bricks or do any repair work to the walls. So, I mean, there's loose brick there on the top part that probably needs to be taken down. And we still want to get inside at some point. We haven't because you were trying to sell the building, but now you're not trying to sell the building, or?
No, I'm not trying to sell the building.
Okay.
There's a negotiation that goes on. I really don't want it sold on this year's business, so I keep myself past January.
Yeah, we were told last meeting that you were in the middle
Well,
of
the offer,
selling.
well, the offer from Joe DeRozier came in extremely low, so that's not going to happen.
Okay.
But
Then the Miami County Economic Development's made an offer, and we plan on counter-offering to see if we can sell it to them. Which, again, that's fine, but ultimately, it's his, he owns it, and, you know, we're in the process of making the repairs that are necessary. This isn't just paint.
No, I don't.
He can
they
explain the
acid-
process.
They acid washed that section of the building, then they put some kind of product on it so that when they patched all the holes in the brick and the mortar joints, it would stick to it.
Mhm.
And then this is it's an acrylic.
Epoxy.
An acrylic primer slash paint. It wouldn't have to be the finished color. But we put 2 coats of that on it, which also gives it a, not waterproof, but pretty darn close to waterproof finish on it. We did that section because that was the easiest section for us to get done. That top section's gonna be its own little animal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's tuck pointing that's going to have to be done up there, and/or just taking the bricks out, remortaring them.
The picture that they showed you, I'm aware that that has to be done, but we're kind of held into that 48 to 50 degree or above temperature for them to be able to do that kind of work on it, so.
Just a reminder to the board, in October, when we met, you issued a $1,500 civil penalty contingent for the SOR items to be complete
Mm-hmm.
and inspected by December 9th.
And has any of that been done?
All we got is this one picture,
And we received this picture on December 4,
December 4th.
before the deadline, so that's, so,
And I think you did fix the back window. That
Yeah,
was in,
yeah, we got
that's
that.
at 73 though,
Right, but
isn't
we
it?
got that taken
Yeah.
care of, same time they did that.
Yeah, he took care of that, and then there's plans to redo the windows completely. So,
I think you guys had impressed, though, and I'd have to go back and look at the minutes, but that you had requested that multiple
yes,
items, plural, be completed and inspected by December 9th.
right. And you guys weren't here for the meeting, though, correct?
Yeah, no, we're here.
no.
No,
No.
you guys weren't here in October.
No, I sent the,
October. Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
You missed the December. Or the-
The only problem I have is with,
No, well, I couldn't be here, and I requested it be continued, and the board would not agree to continue it to have legal representation here.
well, I can't remember all the do's and don'ts of this, but I remember we've had issues trying to get on the same page for quite some time, and I don't understand why it's taken so long to get this accomplished. I think we've been fair, haven't we?
I think so. I know, right at the last meeting I went to, the young lady that works over there with you basically was getting on me saying, listen, we need to see something done.
Right, right,
So we got something done,
right.
you know.
I think it's the volume of what's getting done is the problem. And just hear me out. The safety was a big issue, and you guys took care of the nails that were hanging out of the wall. Appreciate all that stuff. But, you know, a lot of good weather's passed, and nothing's happening there, and now at the last minute, we do a little bit to the corner. Not trying to ruin your day or anything like that, but we would like to see progress.
Well, that's probably, what, 40% of that wall?
But I don't-
Yeah, how long did it take to get that, how long did it take to get that done?
Took
What
us
item
about,
would that be on
oh,
the
a week and a
SOR?
half.
That was a week and a half?
Well, yeah, I work during the day, so you know, you do what you can do when you can do it, so.
Which, do you guys have a copy of the SOR? Where you?
You know, that, yeah, we need to,
I
you
can
know.
give it to you.
Yeah, I know.
I have one.
I know, but you remember the original SR had, you know, the H&R Block building stuff
We-
on
we
it.
took
I
those
know, we need to sit down and figure it out.
Bill, we've taken those
Right,
items
okay.
off, and we took those off
When-
over a year ago.
When do you want to sit down and figure it out?
I'll sit down with you anytime. You know that.
And that's what we want. We want to get a
Why don't
schedule of
we-
renovations.
Why don't we get the SRO signed by the February meeting, and then hopefully, you know, he's not gonna be able to tuck point the bricks by February. We all know that. so.
Can we have an interior inspection by February?
I think in April, we had talked about trying to meet the owner and one or two of you with Bruce over there, just to make sure we were all on the same page
Right.
with the SOR in hand, so we could make sure it
On the
really did
On
reflect
the exterior?
on the exterior, right? Because you had emailed
Well,
me and said you
can
can't
do that
ask for an
anytime you
interior.
want. You're free to walk around the exterior of the building
But we,
anytime.
with the owner, so we're all on the same page, we asked for that in April, and that never happened. So,
Okay?
We're just trying to make sure we can get this done so we can get an SOR that's active and we know what's happening, when it's happening. And like she said, April, this is December, and you know how it works.
Yeah, I don't know of any requirement that I have to meet you there to walk around the building.
okay, here's the problem.
That-
If we're just meeting in a room, your opinion of item 3 is going to be different than our opinion of item 3. So we suggested
Fair.
meeting at the building,
Fair.
so all of us could agree what item 3 is. So
I can
I
see
think
that
we could
being
meet
helpful.
all day long in an office, but until we actually match these items up and say, this is what we're talking about, we're not going to be on the same page. And the case has already been open for 2 years. So
Well, I would think Bruce. and-
Almost 3.
I would think Bruce and Andy could walk around. I mean, if anybody wants to come, that's fine, but
one of the board members did want to be present. Actually, 2 of them did, but whatever.
I mean, it seems like Bruce is the building inspector and the one that has the expertise in this area.
And this is the board that issues the civil penalties.
Right,
So
that doesn't know, I mean, they don't have the expertise in building.
actually, 2 of them do
Some
have
might,
building
some might.
experience. By ordinance, they do have building experience. That's what our ordinance says. 1
Some
with
might.
real estate, 2 with building. So,
I don't, I mean, I just want the inspection. And I want the work completed. That's what we're here for, is to make sure the work gets done and there's an inspection so we know what all has to happen.
I just think there's contradictory opinions on
was
what
that?
work has to be done.
Yeah, in a timely manner, because like I said, in February, we had a little match between us and we decided to table it and get along. And that's what I thought we were doing. Then April comes, we try to get some kind of a look-see at the property, and it's been crickets the whole time. And then we're going to sell the building in October. Now we're not selling the building. We just want to know what's going on.
If somebody makes a fair offer, we'll sell the building.
I understand that, but, you know,
You can't
we're
force
put
somebody
on
to sell
hold.
their property.
we're put on hold because we're selling the property, so.
I don't
we put
think
it on-
anything was put on hold. You issued a civil penalty contingent. You didn't put anything on hold.
Okay.
Contingent, that means there wasn't a civil penalty until after the fact.
But it wasn't contingent on him selling it.
No, it wasn't.
No,
You're
but
right.
we were advised that
Right.
they intended to sell it.
Exactly.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I didn't know somebody could come in and offer him, a third of what it's worth.
Sure, and I don't have any idea about real estate costs or worth or values or all that. That's out of my forte. I don't even know. All I want is an SOR in place that we can work with.
Fair,
We need it done.
agreeable,
Okay?
yes.
And to do a reasonable SOR on the exterior, I got to see the inside. I got to see if it's leaking.
We can do the outside first, then move on to the inside.
But
I mean, you know,
what's the issue with the
No.
interior? I don't get-
well, no, you know what, if you want to come in, that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
I've had Joe DeRozier in there, he's checked it out, I mean, it's solid, so, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that
That's
would,
fine.
that
It
would
just
be
makes it
very
all go a
helpful.
lot smoother. Then
I
everybody's
know,
happy
it's
and
just,
nobody's going to smack
Nobody
you on the wrist.
particularly wants
Nobody
anybody
wants
coming
people
inspecting
in-
their home or
Right.
their property or their building. If you told me you were gonna come inspect my building, I wouldn't want you to. I wouldn't. If you said you were gonna come to my home,
Is it not
I
up to
wouldn't want
code?
you to.
it
It doesn't matter.
That way.
It's mine.
Don't go there, 'cause
It's
that's not-
privacy.
come on, you guys are all
It-
Republicans,
it-
you know we don't want the
it's a
government
privacy.
inside our houses,
Right.
come on.
This is a public building. The public's allowed to go in,
It's
the
not
public's
public
got to
building
be
right now.
safe.
Well, this is, yeah.
Oh, this is, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
No,
So-
we can get you in there. if you need
okay.
it.
Right.
All right, so you want, how do you want to set it up?
Well, I think we set it up where you and he and I, and if you wanna bring somebody from the board, yeah, whatever, but,
Okay,
check it out.
Any volunteers?
Exterior, interior.
I don't think we need to be there. Bruce is gonna be there. It's up to you guys if you wanna go.
Bruce, if you could take care of it, that'd be
I'm
more than
fine
fine.
with that. Whenever.
We just want to get it
You want
done.
me to call
That's the
you,
main thing.
Bill, or?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
All
Maybe
right.
a week or two into January, is that all right?
that's fine with me, yeah.
And then we'll have an SOR in place by February the 10th.
Yes.
And then whether we have the building still or not, then the weather's close to breaking right after that. and then
Sure.
it's
So,
somebody else's problem or my problem.
Well, thank you, thank you.
so now we're getting along and
Now we're
everything's going to be great. Let's all be friends. Because, yeah, this back and forth doesn't work. It just elongates the whole
I was
process.
gonna bring Elon Musk in, but at last minute he canceled on me.
He's busy with Doge, so we got to let him go. So we'll see you guys in February. Let's just table this thing until
Table till
February.
February.
You guys are going to meet in January?
Yeah,
To have
second
the
week in
inspection done?
January. I mean, barring weather, I mean, if it's,
Yeah,
sub-zero, I think Bruce will wait until it's a little warmer.
I will, definitely.
When
So
you
I
get-
make the
when you
motion
get
to
that
table
off.
it until February.
What's that?
When you get
Seconded
that
by
off.
Jeff Gunning. All those in
Hopefully
favor?
next week.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
all right, you'll be good to go by
All right,
then.
Yeah, I
gentlemen.
should,
We're
Merry
tired of
Christmas.
driving them around.
Thanks, guys.
Uh-huh.
thank you.
Okay, who was the second?
Jeff Gunning?
Thank you, Bill. Always a pleasure.
Who was the second?
Jeff?
Thank you. I'm exhausted.
Now may we go to 70 East Jefferson?
Okay. 70 East Jefferson. Is that where we're at? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what my paper says.
That's who you are. Okay.
No, I'm not Ronnie.
No,
So you're
no,
the
I know.
You're the neighbor?
So there was an update. I got a call yesterday from Mr. Bates, Banks, who indicated that he was given the property to Mr. Nichols. I asked if there was a quitclaim deed showing the transfer. He said no. And then I said, does Mr. Nichols realize that there's a write-up on the property? Because it's kind of nice to know, because you inherit that. You get the whole board. And he said yes.
That's
So,
probably why he's giving it to me, I guess. No, I don't know.
you lucky guy. You lucky guy.
Yeah.
So far, there have been no civil penalties. They decided to table it from the October meeting to now to have a plan in place. Do you have
I
a
got the plan.
Okay.
All right, well, we're trying to get a quick claim deed, but
This is Robert Nichols.
I'm the
He's the neighbor.
we tried to get the quick claim deed, but come to find out his grandma died, she's still on it. So we got to get a lawyer, get her off so we can swap the paperwork around. And I'm ready to tear it down right now.
So is he giving you the trailer and the land, or just?
I'm buying trailer and land, I'm buying the whole thing. That's why I need a deed for it. But I already got people ready to come in and take it out. All I got to do is get the paperwork done and
Pull a permit.
a permit.
Okay, come see me.
Yeah, one step at a time, I got to
Yeah,
get the deed
that's
done
good.
first.
You're good.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's coming down soon as I
How
get the
long do you
paperwork.
suppose it's going to take you to get the attorney to get this all?
Well, I talked to his mom yesterday. I told her, Ronnie's mom yesterday, I said, let him know that I got the money for an attorney, get that done already. She's supposed to be looking into it for me, so it shouldn't take long. Shouldn't take long
Well,
at
I
all.
need a date.
I would say 30 days.
Okay, so by the February meeting, you'll be,
Oh, yeah, I might be tore down by February.
so you stay in contact with Brenda and Bruce.
All right.
Let them know what you're doing, because
Okay.
you got to have the permit anyway.
Yeah.
But let them know what's happening. We'll table this rascal until the December or February 10th meeting,
Okay, now if it's already gone, can I
the
just let her
February
know?
10th deadline.
Yeah.
If it's already gone, just let you
There's
know.
2 cards over there. One's Bruce's and one's mine. Get a hold of me and I'll get the permit ready for you.
Okay,
It's $100.
that's fine.
And then we'll get that rolling. The permit's good for 30 days. Then we'll be able to update the board that it's gone.
Okay.
And then I know you've got some questions about use for that property and what you can do with it. So get in touch with me. I'll
All
hook
right,
you up.
how much would this fine be that he owes back on it? Or there ain't
He doesn't
no
own
fine.
any
Okay.
fines. We haven't put anything on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made the motion,
I second it.
seconded by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
See you in February.
Thank you, fellas.
Or sooner.
Thank you.
Yeah, or sooner. It's coming down.
Sure.
Now, 62 South Miami. Mr. Harvey.
This one's yours too.
Making some progress. We're staying in touch. He put a new meter base on it. We went and inspected that. He sent a couple pictures of what he's done on the inside, so it seems like it's progressing about as well as it could right now.
Mr. Harvey, anything you'd like to tell us about?
No, I think he said that it took a few days to get Peru Utilities that actually connect the power.
Sure.
We had some
You know what he's
miscommunication there. Apparently, they
Who's next?
were waiting on their own inspection.
Sure. Got to do it out in the country because it's really bad then.
Well, it was right above there, but they didn't know that at the time. So the next step is getting the gas turned on.
Okay.
And
Are
I
you,
think I did send a picture of the water heater and the burner.
you're still busy doing the things on the interior of the house that you can get
Yeah,
done?
because there's still some electrical that's left to be ran
Okay.
on the first floor. I think since he had took over, we were finishing up the upstairs on the electrical.
I was just going to ask if you have a goal for February that you've set for yourself yet.
Because you know we like those
Hopefully to have
goals.
the heat on so that you can, because we had worked, we got hit with that sub-zero temperature. So obviously electric and heat were more important. And
Yeah.
that was quite challenging.
Sure. Well, the fact that you're staying in contact and you're actually getting things done is a true blessing to the whole situation. So appreciate that. If you can get anything accomplished before the February meeting, let them know.
Absolutely.
Before
Yeah.
February 10th.
And we'll see you back then. I'll table it. I make the motion to table until February. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You guys the same.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Doing pretty good.
32 Ewing. Is there anyone here for, hey, I didn't see you back there. Dalton Barron is here.
32.
I think Bruce has been out there. We've got pictures of where the, most of the, I'd say what, 98% of the windows are
All the windows,
replaced?
yeah. all
Looks
of
very
it
nice.
that
Except for
one.
two. This one and the one on the back porch.
Yeah, there's a small one on the other side. Yeah.
And then the floor, I know you mentioned flooring work. Is that in that back room or?
Yes, ma'am. I think Bruce seen the holes last time we were in there. It's like 2 rooms downstairs, just kind of had big holes in the floors, which we did get
Okay,
those.
so we've got pictures up on the screen right now. I think those are the front rooms.
Yes, both of those are replaced with the
Okay.
floor joists, and she hasn't seen that yet because she hasn't been back in, but
Okay.
I did see all the windows.
Give us a holler when you're ready, and like if Shane's around, we can buzz over there and take the interior pictures on that.
Okay.
But yep.
We did replace the doors. We replaced the front door, the back door, the locks, that would keep the building secure. I think we replaced 19 windows, and they mentioned that we do have 2 windows left. Cleaned out the whole interior of the building, bunch of trash and debris. We fixed the floors, like I said. That way we can kind of move around and not have to worry about falling and stuff like that. That way we can actually start to get some more work done in there.
That's important.
Yeah, for sure.
I sure wish you hadn't got all those penalties in before you came to see us.
Yeah. I was kind of unaware, which they have helped and kind of explained the process to me, which I mean, I've done real estate for like 6 years and own like 20 properties in town and I've never had one under code. So I kind of thought, like the last meeting, I had replaced some windows and I kind of thought they just checked all the places before the meetings and I didn't reach out to them, which I am completely aware of all of the,
All right,
everything
good.
now. So
Because that's beneficial to you. It's more
Yes,
money
sir.
in your pocket because when you don't respond, you're going to get hit with those penalties. We don't want that.
yeah, definitely.
So thank you for getting on top of this,
Yes, sir.
and it's
We-
much appreciated, believe me.
Now, we know the property is for sale. Is there any other work that you guys intend to do before it sells, or?
I mean, it's listed, it's just like a Facebook Marketplace thing. It's not like I'm actively out here trying to like find a buyer, you know?
Okay.
So, I mean, if somebody came and wanted to buy the property, I would sell the property for sure. But it's not something I'm like not working on it because it's for sale. You know, we're kind of just, we're going to keep chipping away at it, you know?
Okay. The one thing I'm going to ask is that you get an SOR in place.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Yeah, we did have one, but it's not like, it's not
Right.
accurate, so.
We need a new one.
Yes, sir.
And we need to get that by the second week of January if you could.
Mm-hmm.
And that way our February meeting will know what's happening.
Do you want me to email you a blank copy?
Yes, that works, and I can
Okay.
just print it off and bring it
Yeah.
in. That works.
Okay, so this is very important. The SOR, you tell us what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and then in February, when we come back, everything will be hunky-dory.
Yes,
Gotcha?
sir.
All right.
And is there a certain amount of things like on the SR, or is it kind of depending on the workload that's on there? Like if it's like a small job, clearly like that little small job won't cut it, but if it's like a big thing and I only get that one thing, like,
If you're showing
Yeah.
progress.
Yeah, progress is what it's all
that's
about.
what we're here about. Just
Okay.
show us some progress.
Communication and progress.
You've already done a great job to this point. Just keep us up to date.
alrighty, thank you guys, I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys hit this fast.
Yeah,
Right.
just stay in touch with me and
Yeah,
we'll
we
stop,
will.
take a look at things and go
All
So
from there.
by the second week of January, make sure you have that SOR in place, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because if not, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a $1,500 civil penalty contingent on that.
Oh,
If it's not in place, you're going to get the $1,500 penalty.
Yes, sir.
We don't want that.
so the SR in place by what date? By
The
2/10?
second- No, by the second week of January.
Oh, by the second week of January?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll,
Because that way we have,
Okay.
time to deal with all this.
right.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
email that out today.
Okay, and is that like, so the next meeting will be February, I'll get that done like as soon as possible. Then the floors that I have, since I've cleaned out, because when he was in there, it was messy, but I cleaned out, we redid the floors. Will that be enough progress, or I need more progress by the February meeting?
From this point on, more progress.
More progress,
Yes.
okay.
So the SOR, fill it out and be accurate as best you can.
Right.
We're not going to burn your toes if you're not exactly done with everything, but if you're working on it, that's what's important,
Okay.
okay?
Alrighty.
And the civil penalty, if you're here by the second week with that SOR, that goes away. What's
Dalton,
important.
when I send this SOR, if there are items on there that you're like, nope, that's done, just mark them, and then if Shane can get with Bruce and go in and check those items off, we'll be able to write down on the right-hand side that those are done.
Okay.
So you can forget about those.
Alrighty,
The civil penalty is contingent, just so you stay at it,
right, yes, sir.
okay? That's
Alrighty.
all it's for. It's
Fair
just
mistake.
yes,
Alrighty.
all righty.
Thank you,
So I
guys.
make the motion to move it until the February meeting then.
I second that.
This is this.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous?
All right, thanks. Dalton.
New business, all right.
Yeah, new business
Who
finally.
was the second?
Joe?
Thank you. I was busy chatting, I'm
No
sorry.
worries.
Okay. New business, new business. Is there anyone here for 11 South Smith?
We got a letter because we live by it.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So I think we started this was as an IPMC. I will tell you, it looked like this, it's looked like this for a long time.
30 years.
Yeah. And I believe it was up for tax sale in the fall, so it may have a new owner next fall, but we have gotten nothing back from the owner. So no change or no communication.
Yeah, I don't see where anything has been done at all, has it?
No, 30 or 40 years since anything been done.
Does anybody live there?
Huh?
Does anybody live in there?
No.
Okay.
That's been empty.
I was worried because there are like cars and stuff around and there's
It's
been trash and
empty
stuff.
Probably 25 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Which house do you live in? The one straight to the north?
501 East Main.
So the one on the corner?
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here. It helps.
Didn't this used to be like a pottery place or something?
I'm not sure.
That's what it was, yeah.
There was at one time, it was a grocery store first,
Yeah,
Lorraine's Ceramics.
yeah, that's what it was, ceramics, yeah. Okay.
It's
I-
rough.
Yeah, I'm thinking a $1,500 civil penalty.
Who are you going to penalize?
The
Well,
owner?
We will send this out to the owner, and then if I have record of who bought it at the tax sale, they'll get a copy of it as well. But there's nothing legally they can do on the property for a year, so, right?
So it's a $1,500 civil penalty.
Is that
effective-
immediate?
Yes, that's immediate.
Thank you.
Seconded by Jeff Gunning. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You
And
don't know if somebody bought it at the tax
I
sale.
believe they did. I'd have to check to see if we've gotten notice yet, but we'll send out an invoice for the civil penalty as well as a record of what happened in the meeting. And then after 30 days, if it's not paid, then we file it onto their taxes at the courthouse. And we'll have it back at the meeting February.
Was that unanimous on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
If you wanted to, our cards are up there at the corner of that desk. Feel free to pick one of those up. Let us know if anything we need to know in the meantime. I appreciate that.
All right, our next case is 253 Chilai Avenue.
Is there anyone here about 253 Chilai? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
So from our understanding, the owner is deceased. All of the mail comes back. Code enforcement has done an amazing job cleaning up the yard this year, and we had a tree service come through because the tree at the front of the property had actually fallen and landed on the front porch, so we had to pay to have that taken off. We were worried about our crew's safety, maintaining the vegetation and stuff. Bruce was brave enough to go in.
That's brave, too.
I'm always worried he's going to run into somebody in these houses.
That was before I was crippled.
He could run. It's good.
So from the exterior, the house looks like it's pretty well dilapidated.
Yeah.
The interior shows the same.
Yeah, the interior's probably worse than the exterior.
Would it be fair to say this should be a demo?
Should be what?
Demoed?
Demo. Yeah, I think so.
After my inspection, I kind of came to that conclusion, but I wanted to bring it up and make sure.
Did you go in?
I did not go in. I'm not going to go in these homes because I don't want to get shot.
Right.
So that's not
Or
happening.
accused of stealing the siding.
Yeah. So that's not going to happen. But anyway, I'm going to make a motion at this time for demolition of this home.
Order demolition.
Seconded by Jeff Gunning. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. I'd like to keep it, but it just doesn't seem like the bones are there.
I've talked to a gentleman that's interested in buying that lot and the one to the north and building a house.
Okay. We have a question?
Yes,
That was you.
referring to me.
You're
Bruce, yeah.
incognito today.
Yes.
Look at you. Yeah.
He's incognito back there. We can't really tell who he is.
That's the house, the old Dutch Dean little neighborhood grocery store, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I would be interested in buying the lot.
how
if
this
it was
works,
demoed.
how this works is right now, every time we clean it, every time we issue a civil penalty, any of that sort, after 30 days of non-payment for whatever service we provided, it goes on to the tax sale. So it doesn't go on to the tax sale, it gets added to that property's taxes. Eventually, it's going to go to tax sale.
Like almost 2 years.
Yeah, it takes a while. It's a heck of a process. But once it goes to tax sale, in this case, we're going to have all of our code enforcement liens plus the cost of the demolition of that property. Once we demolish it, we put on a lien after 30 days. So you figure $11,000, $12,000. But the lot will be completely clear. The basement, everything comes out. We leave it build ready when we're done. That will go on to that as well. It goes to tax sale if nobody pays all the back taxes, all the liens, all the demo, then the city has an option to petition for that certificate. Once we get the certificate, which takes, is it 3 months, Dustin? Is it 3 months to get the certificate-ish?
120 days.
And then longer if you do a quiet title, or you quiet the
120 days
title.
to get the certificate after the commissioners sign us the certificate. And then from there, we'll file books and a quiet title, which is about another 90 days, so about
So
half a year.
if it were a lot that somebody was just going to add to their side yard or something like that, we don't really worry about the quiet title. But if we know it's a buildable lot that somebody would want to put a structure on there, Dustin has gotten really good at doing those quiet titles for us. And that way, if you have to pull a construction loan or whatever else, it's clean.
And the
Right.
using it or.
It's just a process, so.
So does the estate own the house right now, or?
Yeah.
Couldn't he, who would you contact if you just wanted to buy it?
All of our mail comes back.
I mean, it's in the deceased person's name? Thank you. Could it be possible that they never even opened an estate or
Mhm.
there's no heirs or anything?
Yeah. The other thing, when the city takes those certificates, the property actually gets offered to adjacent property owners first. And the fee is about 50 cents per square foot plus an administrative fee of about $3.50 because we've got a ton of paperwork that goes into this, plus Destin's quiet titling and all that stuff. So it gets offered to adjacent, or actually abutting properties first. So if you take out the alleys and the streets, anybody's property that touches it, they would get first option. If nobody does, then it goes up for public bid. And so there's a little bit of a process for that too, but just reach out to me, I'll walk you through that. It just takes so long to get it to that point.
The city of Peru, you say if it was a demo, does the city of Peru, do they have contractors who come in and do this work?
We put it out for bid for contract. If it's under $10,000 that we think, we don't have to advertise it. We just email out this bid request to all of our registered licensed demo contractors. If it is over 10,000, then we have to put it in the paper and advertise for bids, which typically we just do that because it saves time. And then once it gets awarded, then we're able to do all the necessary notifications, sample for asbestos, and get the demolition done. So, a little bit of a process.
Yes.
Yeah. It makes me tired just talking about, but it's necessary. Okay. So we're good on that one? You
Yes.
guys won't hear that one again until it's ready to close?
Happy with me.
Okay.
271 West 3rd.
Is there anyone here for 271 West 3rd?
Nope.
This one is just a garage. We opened the case in March. There's been no change and no communication. Mail has been signed for, just nothing back.
It's almost just a shed.
Yeah, I guess it isn't really a garage, is it?
But the roof collapsed 6 months ago, probably, maybe longer than that, so.
When did they get notice about?
They got their first notice in March of this year, and then 30 days later, they would have gotten a second notice. Bruce has me send out very friendly notices about, hey, we noticed this, reach out to our office. But we haven't had any communication, so then we send out the order to correct, and we still haven't got anything back.
Okay.
I'm going to make a motion of a $500 civil penalty. That's 500.
Yes, sir.
I'd like you to read my mind.
Because it went through my little ears.
Maybe we can get a response out of that.
Okay, is that immediate or contingent? Okay.
Yes, that's immediate.
Yes, sir. Second?
Seconded by,
I'll second that.
Thank you.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Back to February?
Yes.
Okay. If you guys are here about a property that I don't ask you about, just yell. Okay.
319 Harrison?
Harrison. This one has been open since September, but actually I think we started a conversation with them before September, didn't we?
It seems like it's been long
Yeah.
before September, yeah.
We'd been made aware of some water issues, like they had shut off the water. Is there someone here for 319 Harrison? Okay. And so they vacated the house, left the dogs in. Then they took
remember
the
that.
dogs, then they put the dogs back, and they were living in a tent for a while in the yard while they did repairs, but we've heard nothing, and they've actually left the property now.
So it's vacant.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's the
Bruce?
interior.
Bruce couldn't really open the door. There was so much clutter and debris.
Yeah, that's the front porch. right inside the front door.
Oh.
Could only get the door open about 6 inches to stick my camera in there and
Yeah.
get a picture, so. The other interior pictures are through the windows. So, and there haven't been any, but I think the health department might have been, I know we met them there. I don't know if we called them or they called us. I can't remember now.
So has it been condemned, or?
Yeah, we condemned it. And they haven't done anything.
And the Orperts are the owners?
Yes. We had actually had conversations early on with them where they were getting letters to allow them access to it because of the condemnation order and the placard on the door, because they were going to go and clean. But then there were problems being able to clean because they didn't have water on at the house. Anyway, that went on for a while before we actually did the official write-up.
Okay.
Well, there's plenty of things to clean there without water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they're not to the water part yet.
Oh, this actually started in May. It was September before we
Yeah.
actually did the official write-up.
Yeah,
So you've been
pictures
5
are
months,
good.
6 months into this thing.
Yeah.
Um,
That date I knew would be a little,
Yeah.
I'm thinking $1,000 civil penalty on this one.
Concur.
So I'm making a motion for $1,000 civil penalty immediate.
Second.
Seconded by Jeff Gunny. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
back to February?
February, we'll see them. Okay. We're going to have to excuse Mr. Gunny from the meeting.
We got a few more to do.
You got time, or?
Just a couple. We'll rush. I'll talk really fast.
Okay.
409 West 3rd is a garage. We haven't had any communication since March. Is there anyone here for 409 West 3rd?
This one is leaning very hard to the west.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
There's a small wood pile on the side of it, and that's what's holding it up. I saw that today.
Hello.
Well, the Jeep will make sure it doesn't fall all the way down, so
Yeah.
that's out there too. Yeah, that's, okay, so,
No return of any, did you get the mail returned?
Nope. They're signing for everything.
Since March, I'm $1,000 civil penalty. That's my motion for $1,000 civil
I'll
penalty.
second that.
Seconded by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
See you in February with the second round.
Okay.
We'll go to 419 West 3rd.
419 West 3rd.
And this one's leaning to the other one.
Looks like the Rockies are here. So we had talked to them in May of 2024, and the owner was, one of the owners, which one's which? Okay, was going to tear it down. And in September, they were going to pull the demo permit and keep us updated by November 4th, but I hadn't heard anything till the other day.
Oh, it is scheduled to get tore down, but it ain't gonna happen until March, April. AJ's gonna come in and tear it down for me. But I've got so much stuff in there that I've gotta get out. And I've had 7 back surgeries, so, you know, I can't get around like a young buck. I'm on disability. I ain't got all this, you know, I've got another property I'm taking care of. I've had to get in, redo all the water lines, run a new water line to the meter just to be able to get him in there to live. I had to put a furnace, hot water heater.
And are you Jeff or
Yes,
William?
I'm
Okay.
Jeff,
I'm
So-
William.
Okay.
and I've got a lot on my plate.
This year's not been the greatest, because
So-
I ended up having to go in for major surgery on my neck early this year, so
But I do have AJ scheduled to come out. He said you guys are more than welcome to call him, verify it. But he's coming out in March, April to tear it down.
And you inherited the house?
yes.
Yes, I did. Nobody's lived in that house since '95.
Hmm.
The carport Dad built back in the 60s, he just, because it come all the way out to over here, he just set the wood on top of the ground. Well,
So the
it
garage
just
is-
continuously pulled the garage over.
Okay, so you do have AJ lined up, you guys got a
Yes, sir.
contract?
Got to pull your permit.
Lined up to come in March, April to tear it down.
Mr. Rocky, he'll have to pull a demo permit with us.
I will
That's
have
fine.
that paid.
Gotcha. Okay. And it's only good for 30 days, so don't
Yes,
come in.
that's why I didn't do one, you talked me out of getting it in
I did.
September.
Yeah. Should we,
Middle of winter time.
we don't need a contingency penalty, do we?
No, no.
Let's table this until April.
April?
If it's not done in
Should be
April, then
That's having
there'll
a
be a
permit in
fine.
hand by the April meeting, okay?
Paper in hand?
Or demoed.
Or
Demo.
We'd love demoed. If
I'd go with
it's,
a demo permit if he hasn't quite gotten there, but that shows the progress. And
Yeah.
I know it'd be done within the next 30 days, because that's how good, longer your permit's good for. So,
Well, I was gonna get one in September, and she goes, well, it's only good for 30 days. And
Yeah.
I didn't think I could get everything done in 30
Yeah.
days.
But that should give you plenty of time to get everything out of there. So we're going to put this off until the April.
and call us with updates in the meantime,
I just got
okay?
your cards.
Yeah, please.
I,
Because no
tried to,
communication,
and it got-
yeah.
I didn't
Get out of
have
hand.
access to get a hold of you, and I didn't know who to get a hold of.
Okay.
fair enough.
So now I've got your card.
So we're going to have this back to the April 17th meeting?
Yes.
Yep.
So you would have to have the permit or whatever done by April 7th, 10 days before the meeting.
Okay. I made the
Okay.
motion, seconded by Jeff Gunning. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous. Thank you,
All right.
Okay,
guys.
guys.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So let's go to 436 East 3rd Street,
436 East 3rd.
the entire house.
Thanks, gentlemen.
We actually met with Kristen and her mom, or Kirsten and her mom.
Yeah.
We wrote it up in May of '24. They ended up having a new roof and soffit and fascia put in at the end of last year. She had inherited the house from her grandmother, and I believe that was in like October of last year. And so she put a roof, and her goal was roof and windows. She's gotten the roof, soffit and fascia done. Our main concern, all we were looking at was that back section for the most part, and when we didn't see anything,
Yeah, it was my fault. I saw all I was looking at was that back
Yeah.
porch. And we sent them a note and they contacted us and said, well, we put a new roof on it and put new window. Like, yeah, okay,
they didn't pull a permit, but we're glad the roof's done.
yeah.
So what do you do in that circumstance?
We just say not inspected.
Yep, not inspected. So we would like to table that to allow the progress or completion by August of next year. So if you guys just want an update, say in June, because she's
Communication?
gone.
She's
for like 6
military,
months.
so she's gone
Oh.
most of the time, so.
Yeah.
We have another
Oh,
question.
Yes, sir.
I'm here because I own the surrounding
You-
property.
Yes, you
oh,
do.
yeah.
And you had mentioned there was new soffit put on.
New roof.
New
New roof.
Well, you-
She said there was some fascia work and
fascia,
soffit work. Yeah, nope, you're good. At the same time that the roof was done. I don't think the roof
It's a little bit
is
in the
over that
back.
back porch. But we'll have
Well,
to take a
actually,
look at that.
and then, the photo to the right, you can see the new metal roof
Yeah,
on the second story there.
uh-huh,
The roof directly below it was not done as well.
okay,
And then the back portion, this little add-on,
yeah.
somebody said that one building construction was leaning to the left, but this one's leaning extremely to the right.
Okay.
Her plan's to tear that off completely and not try to
Okay.
replace it.
So I guess we're asking you to allow her to let this settle until the July, is that what you said, or August meeting?
Said August.
She thinks, according to the SOR, 'cause she did get her SOR in, according to the SOR, all the work is supposed to be done by August. If you'd like an update prior to that, so we can let you know what's been done, like maybe in June, and then hopefully we can bring it back in August to close, or at least have it really, really close.
So you say she's gone on military leave or
She is 6
Yeah,
months.
she's,
deployed somewhere? Okay. So who's going to be doing the work while she's gone?
I think she's going to hit that as soon as she gets back. She left a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's coming back in June?
Mhm.
Okay, I understand
Yeah.
now. Okay.
All right.
That's why the dates are out a ways, but
I get
she knows that's one of our main concerns there. And she wants to do windows.
Okay, we have one more question, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Well, I know, since Kirsten inherited the property, I mean, I lived down here for 30-plus years. Kirsten has done more work on this piece of property than they have in 30 years.
That's
enough.
lovely to hear.
Yeah.
So you're okay with the fact that it's going to take until August? We just want to make sure that the neighbors are happy, and that's why I'm asking
Well,
that.
the property to the north is, it's mine, but it's a rental property.
Mhm.
And I do hear occasionally when they're going to tear that, they'll add on.
Mhm.
But yes, Kirsten has
That's good
made
to
an
hear.
attempt.
That's
Okay.
good.
So I have no problem at all then tabling this until the August meeting.
Yep.
If she would check in with us and let us know what's going to happen in June, that would be appreciated.
Okay.
So I made the motion to table until August.
second that.
Seconded by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
Fantastic. August 25. Okay, 468.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate the input.
468 East Second, right?
468 East Second. Is there anybody here for 468 East Second? Hi. And what's your name?
Dawn.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Are you a neighbor or, okay, all right. This house has pretty much looked like this for, Dawn, how long have you lived there? Next door?
I grew up in the house next door.
Did you?
Okay.
So
So I've lived on that street pretty much all my life.
has it looked like that most of the time?
No,
No? Okay.
it used to look like that yellow shingle.
See you, thank you.
Oh,
So we sent the notice out in March. Minimal work had been done, maybe a little bit of patch stuff on the very back. But Bruce did meet with him, and he knows he's got to pull a permit. You can see the ladder up there on the upper roof. He knows he's got to pull a permit, and he did submit the SOR, which I think you've got in your packets.
and it's pretty far out.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is
Yeah.
nothing until April.
I don't think he works. So
More time to work on that.
I think he had some health concerns and stuff, but yeah, he's on disability.
Yeah, he's,
So I think due to the
This-
SOR dates, you were looking at tabling till June?
yeah, this is a tough one because he can't afford to hire contractors to do it and his health is not good enough for him to get it done quickly at all. So,
June sounds reasonable to me.
but he did come in and we talked about it and we filled out the SOR and
Okay,
Perfect.
I'll make a motion to table this. Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Just real quick, I know he's been trying to make improvements, but a lot of times he starts something and then he won't finish it, and then he goes to
Goes on to
something
something
else, and then he
else.
doesn't finish it.
Welcome to our meeting. We have a lot of cases like that. We really do.
I mean, I'm not sure if, he started one thing and finished it.
Finish that one.
And then go to something else, and
we'll try to impress that on him too. You just start with the SOR, the items on the SOR and get them done in order.
So he
So he's
got
not
a
gonna start
list
until
of
April.
deficiencies, and if we can keep him focused on just one thing at a time, that may help. Thank you for that.
So then that all starts in April, so you know. That's his first,
he has to have that done, or?
to start
No,
it.
It will
the work
start in
starts.
April.
April is when he's going to start working on it.
Okay.
Now, he may do some in between now and then, but I don't think it's going to happen, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get much done, but I
Right.
think he'll try probably.
Can I see that top, the front pic, the first picture again?
Yes, ma'am.
The top one.
The one with the ladder on the roof.
Oh,
That one?
ladder.
He's done, was this one just recent, this picture here?
It's not dated.
Yeah, I think that's probably within the last month.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
11,
a lot of
19.
the roof makes me nervous,
Same.
and that back chimney.
And I think code enforcement has been by there because usually there's cars parked in the grass or cars parked in that alley that's not a closed alley, that kind of thing. So it is on code enforcement's
Yeah.
radar as well for trash and
Mhm.
vehicles. But again, if we could table it till June, and I'll send out the notice, the after-meeting notice, and impress upon him that a permit has to be pulled for the work, and for him to let us know which item, or to keep us posted.
Anybody have any problems with that?
No, I'm good with it.
Okay, I'll make the motion to table until June. Seconded by Jeff Gain. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Don.
Let's go to 482 West Main. Oh, yes.
We hadn't heard anything, again, we sent out the nice letters, a couple of them, and then we sent out the order to correct. We hadn't heard anything until yesterday. You got an email, which
Yesterday?
I love those. I gave you guys a copy of that in your packet, but no change in the property.
But, and when I did talk to her after we got the email, she, of course, apologized for taking so long and said she should have gotten it done by now and should have contacted us, and we set up a meeting for
January 6th.
January 6th to create the SOR and get it all signed, and she said she would do what she could from there, so.
So she has, since May, been notified, and 7 months later, she has decided to communicate.
Bruce is very unapproachable.
I know, this is just amazing that this common individual cannot be talked with.
Thank
I'm in mind of a small,
Like a $500 civil
Yeah.
penalty contingent?
yes, because 7 months to get any response at all, period, is just way too much time, in my opinion.
Can it be contingent on the SOR being, the meeting to happen and the SOR to be in place by the end of the third week in January, since the meeting's scheduled for the 6th?
Yes, I will be okay with that. We'll make it
Lovely.
contingent on the fact that an SOR is in place, and does she have to have permits for what has to happen down here?
Probably. Well,
Permit?
there's some roof issues at the back of the property, so I
She'll
guess it
have to
really
have-
depends
So
on,
she needs a permit for the roof.
yeah.
So a permit for the roof, SOR in place, or the civil penalty hits February 10.
Okay, by February 10th. Do you want it back or just an update? If we've had compliance?
It should be fine if we got.
Yeah, if she doesn't have that,
Yeah, I'm
if she
fine.
doesn't have the SOR in place or anything, I want her back here in February.
So update only if compliant?
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable.
Seconded by anybody? Jeff Gunning seconds that one, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
Gary, I don't think they're letting you talk today, bud. I'm sorry.
They never do.
That's mean.
Well, I thought Gary was taking a nap.
I think he needs to switch spots with Joe.
I think he's the
Okay,
voice of reason.
last one, folks. 548 East Main?
Yes.
Anyone here for that? Okay. So we opened this case in August of '22. Jason Brewer is the owner, Brewer Construction. He came in and pulled a permit, and then the work was never done.
Right.
And so I reached out when the permit expired in 2023. He said, I'll get in there. Nothing. And it's just continued to deteriorate. I think the garage,
Yeah, the
It's pretty
garage
rough.
is.
This thing is in bad shape all around.
it is. And we have had to maintain it for code enforcement this year, trash and vegetation on a regular basis, at least for the vegetation.
I'm making a
So-
motion of a $1,500 civil penalty immediate. Anybody want to second that?
I'll second that.
Second by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous.
Back to which meeting?
February.
Okay.
And we'll do the same in February if he doesn't show.
All right. I think
Communications.
I'm not going to update you on any other cases. I do have the meeting dates kind of set
Thanks.
on
Appreciate
your
it. Merry Christmas.
recommendation sheet. So we're looking at February 20th, April 17th, June 19th, August 21st, October 16th, and December 18th. I'll submit those via follow-up email so that you've got those. And then if there's any conflict, if you need me to bump one to 1 week or the other, just let me know.
Okay.
Good.
Otherwise, I don't have anything else. Is there any comment from the Public?
And it's got a wife's
Yes.
dead battery.
Yes, sir.
She get an appointment after a while.
Well, this is the first meeting
Was this the phone
of
call?
sort that I've ever
Yeah.
attended.
Welcome.
So now you're in trouble
Yeah,
on top of
well-
everything else.
I think I'll
But
just get a card
I mean,
started and leave her a
seeing
note.
these properties, I just, I have seen.
Merry
it.
Christmas to everybody.
Christmas to you.
Thanks, Jeff.
But to see
Merry
these
Christmas to you
properties
guys.
within our city limits,
I know.
I just can't
Merry
believe it.
Christmas. I got wife's.
This is actually a small portion.
Get out of here, you're gonna be in
Well,
trouble.
thank you.
Thanks.
We do try to stay on top of it, and
Go where your car's running, I'll.
we, sometimes we're very lenient
Hey, Merry Christmas.
until somebody just absolutely
You
says,
too. Thanks
we're not
a
gonna
lot.
do it. And then you have to go another path, and we always try to be lenient
Well,
first.
the one property, the 436 East Third Street,
Uh-huh.
I have a business on the corner and I own several pieces of property there as rental properties.
Right.
Like I said, I've lived there, or I live at 11 South Lincoln Street.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen this house, I've lived there for 30-plus years. And it just continually has went
Yeah,
downhill.
you'll get the
Like
same
I said,
kind
and when
of
Kirsten,
meeting. Both of our cards are
inherited,
covers up.
however she possessed it. Like I said, she has made improvements on it, made attempts. I just can't believe some of these properties.
Gary, some of these cases have been open for 15 years,
At least 15, yeah.
at least 15 years. And that's, I mean, our goal is to get them done. There's a house that we met on today over on Miami. At least the outside is buttoned up, and it took years and years and years to get to that point. But once they get written up under this code, they have to be livable. They have to be a habitable home then, even if the outside is buttoned up. So he just gets us until the house is done. But the board is super generous if they can be.
Probably not.
No, the place is growing like.
Yeah, it's very
It's
frustrating.
nice.
It's just,
I got no problem.
No, me neither. Bring in the new life.
Any other comments from you guys? Do you need anything? You good?
who's buying dinner? That's my last comment.
I was a little disappointed without the Christmas
You say-
cookies, but
About what?
no Christmas cookies.
I'm so sorry. You guys turned me down last year when I brought in the Christmas cookies,
I
so.
did not turn you down.
You did not. That's correct. It's
Because I
my
wasn't
fault.
here.
I'll get you some Christmas.